so hot. Whoa. How you doing, Duff here? What you see here is my new Debot robotic vacuum cleaner. As you saw at the opening of the video, I have a lot of robotic cleaning devices. Currently I have, what did I throw down there, 5 of them I guess? 2 of them are like hard surface only, kind of like scrubber, sweeper things, and the other ones are robotic vacuums with vacuumed obviously, and rotating brushes and that kind of stuff. I have a really long history with robotic vacuums, going back to the original iRobot Roomba. At some point I bet I had, oh man, broken and working maybe a total of 7 or 8 of them. I actually used to work on them. I used to take them apart, fix them, buy them for parts, and I loved them. And over the years, and that was probably, God, that probably started 15 years ago I bet at this point, when I got my first iRobot. Over the years I've progressed. I've had Neato robots, which I currently have. 2 of those were Neatos that you saw on the table. The most recent purchase I made was the Samsung PowerBot, which actually has been pretty disappointing in its actual performance based on what it costs. And those 2 hard floor cleaning robots are both iRobot products. The Scuba, I'm forgetting the name of the other one. Let me check, hold on. Whew. Yeah, talking, a challenge. Actually, the other hard surface robots I have, it's not the Scuba. I actually do have an iRobot Scuba still that I don't use anymore. It was kind of a pain in the ass. That was like a big hard floor cleaning robot. I have a Brava and a Brava Jet as well right now. So this is a new company called, well, it's a new for me company that makes robotic vacuums called Debot. The way that I was introduced to this is I saw it in my latest Costco flyer. Costco is running a deal on these, and that's who I bought it from. And what was kind of cool about it was it's a conventional robotic vacuum along the lines of the Neatos and the Samsung, but it also has hard floor mopping capabilities, which I thought was pretty cool. All right, here's what it looks like. Very clean. Almost looks like a KingSong 18L, doesn't it? Sort of. This is actually the Debot Ozmo 937, which I believe is a model number that's unique to Costco. I'm pretty sure. Sometimes they do that. So I know iRobot did the same thing. When you flip it over and you look at the back of it, it uses laser vision basically to map your house. And it has a really cool app that once it does the initial mapping, it actually knows your floor plan and uses that to control what it's doing. It has a really good, robust app. Has a pretty substantial battery with a runtime of up to 110 minutes. Right here you see how it mentions that it does the jobs of a conventional robotic vacuum, but also mops hard surfaces, which is really cool. Changes the amount of suction based on hard surface versus carpet. A lot of robots do that nowadays, and like I said, the app is supposed to be pretty impressive as well. All right, so let's open it up and see what we got inside the box. So while I'm opening this, when I say that this also does mopping, it does it in a way similar to the Brava and the Brava Jet, where it just uses a microfiber cloth with a water reservoir with a pump that just keeps that cloth wet, and then it just basically runs that wet microfiber cloth across the hard surface. The iRobot Scuba was different because it actually sprayed down the solution, had a brush to agitate it, and then in the back end it actually had a vacuum port with like a squeegee that would suck all that dirty solution up into the tank. So this is not that kind of solution. But if you do it the way that I'm imagining, you vacuum your hard surfaces first, and then you just go back around and you mop them later. I think you get a pretty thorough job. We got lots of pictures here. I guess it kind of illustrates what's inside each box. Looks like this one here looks like it might have a clean pad and some of these side brushes. This is actually, to be quite honest, I'm not quite sure what that's used for yet. Okay, we do have one of our mopping pads. This is a filter. Robotic vacuums typically have filters, paper filters that you have to clean and change periodically. That's one of their revenue streams that they rely on. So we got one filter in there. We have here's our 2 edge brushers. And these are, as far as edge brushers go, these are quite big, bigger than any other robotic vacuum I've ever had. All right, so let's get these out of the way. All right, this box goes in the middle. Appears to have the documentation, quick tips, warranty information, quick start guide, and the full manual. That's good. Less and less you're seeing a lot of complete manuals anymore. Everybody just wants you to go online to get that information, but they do still give you a lot of paper information. Take this off. We have another mopping pad, I see. All right. And we're supposed to open this. Okay, so this is a mopping pad as actually installed on the base. So the first one I opened up was just a spare. And here is the actual robot itself. Let's open this up. This is the charger, I believe. Has a typical drive-on charger. It's the way almost all robotic vacuums I've ever seen work. It's cool. They park themselves, and then when they're low in battery, they're smart enough to come back, get on the charging pad, and recharge, and go back and finish what they were doing. Comes off. Okay. Alright, so I think all we got left is the actual robot itself, which is in this is almost like a t-shirt material. I'm not sure that I've ever gotten a robot that is encased in such a nice, luxurious fabric as that. It's very nice. Looks like we have a second set of side brushes as well. It's nice. So they give you 2 of everything, of the consumables. That is very nice. Once you take it out of its luxurious coverall, whatever you want to call this, we have some more parts to remove. This is the bumper, so if it bumps into objects, it knows to go turn around, go the other way. So it's just a pad for that. Smart Navi. This is where the laser lives, right in here. That lets this robot see what it's doing. And I believe this lifts up. Yeah. You lift this up, this is how you turn it on, and this is also how you get to the dustbin. And right there you see you have one of the installed air filters already in place. Alright, oh, and they also have a cleaning tool in there. That's nice to clean your brushes. So now one thing I can tell you, just by looking at this, an initial impression based on my other robotic vacuums that I own, is this dustbin looks pretty damn small to me. Much smaller than what's on either of my Nitos. Maybe similar in capacity to what's on the Samsung PowerBot, but this is definitely on the small side. And having a small dustbin can be an issue, like if your house is really dirty, or it just means that you need to empty this on a more regular basis, which isn't a huge deal, but that is definitely a surprisingly small dustbin. Even though it is small, it is kind of cool the way that it's engineered. You put it in with the handle up, and when you put it down, those little feet will kind of lock it down in place, and there you go, you're ready to go. Alright, so when you flip the Debot upside down, you'll see right here is the container for the water if you're doing mopping, which you would fill up with water. And I guess that's probably why the dustbin size is lower, because they have to be able to fit all of this tech into the same space. So, yeah, because also I noticed that the brush surface itself seems more narrow than I'm used to, and probably related for the same reason. This is where the side brushes go. So let me snap a couple of them on. They are color coded, which is nifty. So green to green, burgundy to burgundy, or red, I guess you'd call that. So I wonder if it has any charge on it. Let's see. Open it up. I have not looked at the directions yet. No, bad me. I'm gonna hit that switch. It makes a cool noise. Yeah, I think I really need to get this set up on the app though. So let me go get my phone. Alright, so I did read some people complaining about the app, but it turned out in retrospect that their complaints were because they downloaded the wrong app. On this quick start guide, it specifically tells you that you need to search for Ecovacs on the App Store, so I can do that. Alright, I found it. It's not that exciting that its rating is 2 of 5 stars. So we have Ecovacs and we have Ecovacs Home. And they both look like they're made by the same company. Alright. We're gonna put this on the put this in the charger, which I have sitting up here. Makes a nice comforting noise when it actually docks. Alright, I want to make sure that I have the right app. One other feature that I did notice, I forgot to mention that this vacuum also works with Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant as well, so you can control it with a voice. The Samsung PowerBot that I own supposedly has that capability as well. At least for me, it was the kind of thing where it was buggy, and I used it maybe a handful of times and stopped trying to control it that way afterwards. So we'll see if it's the same experience here at Debot. Okay, it seems like you want to just get the plain Ecovacs app, not Ecovacs Home, from what it looks like after reading the app description. Alright, so we are installing. Okay, so I now have the app loaded. I just made an account. I'm going to select my Ecovacs robot, which would be a, let's see, gets a 900 series. Let's connect to Wi-Fi. Alright, let's do that. Well, let's not show you my password because it's very, very complex. Alright, so as I'm looking at my manual for Wi-Fi answers, I realized that this is an interchangeable piece with the brush that's already in there. They have a main brush option and a direct suction option, which I was not aware of. The direct suction option does not include a brush to agitate like a carpet. It basically just gives you max suction to pull things like hair off of a hard floor, I guess, for example. So I'm not sure how often I would use that, but that is interesting. I've never heard of that before in a robotic vacuum cleaner. Alright, looks like we are getting a little bit further, and as is often the case, that's because of an oversight on my part. Let's see if this told. There we go. Alright, it completed. What I was doing wrong was when I was picking the vacuum, I was picking the Debot 930 series. Well, technically this is a Debot Ozmo 937, which was further down the list and hidden from view initially, so yeah, that was the source of my problems. Complete. Alright, there she is. It's online. Awesome. So basically, you're supposed to let the robot charge for 4 hours before you really use it. So I'm going to let it do that just to get an accurate test. So I'm just going to let it up here on the table, plug it in the charger, and we will continue this adventure when completed.
Ready for mopping. I am relocating.
So now what I've done during the day today is I've let the Debot run, and when it does its initial run, what it has built here in the app is the approximate layout of the house, which I think is pretty damn interesting. Basically the way it works is you can see I don't know if you can see it or not. The little blue dot is the Debot running right now in mopping mode. It knows the difference between carpeted areas and hard surfaces. Anything that has this darker shading, that means it indicated it was carpet. Anything that's not is the lighter color. And then as it covers the surface, when it's sweeping, it turns it to white as it cleans. When it's mopping, it looks like it turns it to blue as it mops an area. So I think that part of the app is really cool. During the day, I was able to actually set this off from my office. I just connected with the app, hit the auto button, and it just took off. I was chatting with Cindy during that time, and I could tell her exactly where the robot was. I could say, hey, it's in the utility room right now. And it was. Like, this is our kitchen island right here. Right here is our sofa and our love seat. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So getting the Debot ready to mop is as simple as filling up that water container, snapping it back on the bottom. As soon as you snap it on the bottom, you heard the robot say that it's ready for mopping. It knows that the mopping attachment is on, so it will not go over carpet. And then you get the little mount for the mopping pad. Feels like it's just magnetic. It just kind of snaps on there, so it's very easy to get ready. You can see the floor is damp, as the Debot very systematically covers everything. This is the first time I've had it mopping. The other thing that I've noticed, which was really striking with this when I ran it with the vacuum last night, was it's extremely quiet. Now it does reduce the suction when it is on hard surfaces versus carpet, but either way, this is the quietest robotic vacuum cleaner that I've ever owned. We were even able to have it running while the TV was going, which is something that we never do normally. Usually we turn all the vacuums off because they're just too damn loud. So this is a very quiet vacuum. Once again, you can see it track the vacuum tracking back and forth as it cleans a new area, mops a new area. Tells you the total amount cleaned in square meters. It tells you how long it was running and the battery level. And at least so far, the battery life has been very good. I've gotten run times of 90 minutes, which is pretty good when you have a mixture of carpet and hard surfaces. So yeah, run time's been good. When you're in the app, once your base floor plan is drawn, if you go into map management, you can go in here and you can draw virtual boundaries. It's interesting how it actually has the different zones kind of figured out and labeled. The zone A, B, C, D, E. Yeah, it's very interesting the way that it knows to do that. If you need to, if you didn't get a complete drawing of the house, you can hit the reset map option, and the next time it cleans, it will redo your map. Because it recommends, when you do this initial mapping, you want to have as much off the floor as possible, so it gets to see everything. So, and we made some efforts, but not as much as we could to clear the floor. So I might redo it. I might just let it go as it is and see how it performs. Oh, as far as other settings, you can set in the app. You can choose the amount of water for mopping, as far as how quickly it uses water, how wet the pad will be. It defaults to medium. I have it left on medium. Continuous cleaning, that was off. I turned it on. With continuous cleaning, if it did not finish vacuuming or mopping the entire area it was going to mop, it will automatically go back and charge, and then once it's charged back up, it'll go back out and finish. That's the way a lot of vacuum cleaners have that feature. Do not disturb. Okay, you can set times for the Debot to not run, so it doesn't disturb you if in the middle of the night or something like that. I have that turned off right now. You can establish a cleaning schedule. I don't have one set up. I probably should though. Cleaning log tells you about your prior runs. And right now it says it's done a total of 145 meters squared for cleanings. It's run 4 cleanings and it's run for about 3 hours. Lots of information. This app really complements the Debot well. Accessory usage, if you want to see how long, based on their recommended durations, how long your side brushes, main brush, and air filter has life-wise. It's kind of nice. Name your Debot. I've named my Debot Duffbot, of course. Firmware version, I checked. This is the most current firmware, so of course that's usually something you want to do. And if you do find my Debot, it's almost like find my phone. It'll just, your Debot will say something to you. If it got stuck somewhere, that's a way to find it. Alright, so the Debot has moved into the kitchen. It's mopping away, doing a good job. But yeah, my initial reaction to this robotic vacuum is positive. When I got my previous robotic vacuum, the Samsung PowerBot, I actually was kind of lukewarm about it. I don't really think it was worth the money. I paid $3.99 for this at Costco. Like I said, it's normally $4.99. They had a sale this month, so I paid $3.99. And for the money, it's really seems to be a nice unit, at least so far. The only negative that I came up with, significant negative, was that the dustbin is small. It's the smallest dustbin I've seen in any of my robotic vacuum cleaners, meaning you're going to need to be emptying that thing out daily. You know, if you're vacuuming daily, you're going to need to be religious with emptying out that dustbin. But other than that, it really seems to do a nice job. So I'll be keep an eye on it. I'll be doing some follow-up tests, see how this robot performs in our household as time progresses. But yeah, so far so good. If this is your first time visiting the channel, maybe you're just looking for Debot 937 information, please consider giving the video a like. And also, if you like electronics, some of my hobbies like personal electric vehicles, 3D printing, I do car repairs, and just random miscellaneous things at times, please consider becoming a subscriber. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, or thoughts, please leave them below. And I hope you have a great weekend coming up. That's all I have for you for now. Until next time, definitely out.